What's up, YouTube? This is Rochelle, and I am back with my latest video. I want to share with you guys how it went for the month of October 2024. If that's something you want to see, then stick around. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for tuning into all my content. I want to share with you my messy, realistic budget because I feel like, when I try to make it perfect, I never end up recording, and we trying this new thing where we stay consistent. So and thank you for all the love in my last video in reference to the cash stuffing. I hope it was really helpful for anyone who's thinking about cash stuffing and just making it realistic and matching your lifestyle, your budget income, because I'm not able to cash stuff as often as I used to, but I do enjoy it. And when I do it, I want to make sure that it is done right. So I will definitely have more content like that on the way. But for now, let's dive into October's budget. So for the month of October, we ended up bringing in a total of $15,166.14. Now, I know the initial goal right here was to save, y'all. I know it was to save, but we ended up putting more to the HELOC. And so I will share with you guys via my electronic budget how that went. So we only ended up putting $250 to savings. I feel kind of comfortable with our savings. I'm slowly building it back up to $10,000, but I feel like since we're halfway there, we can have months like this. It's okay. It's okay. Now, the heavy hitter was definitely debt, $7,038.37. Basically, half of our income went to debt. And so let's see what that looked like under transactions. So all debt payments. You can see that we made a lot of extra payments. So we have all of our usual suspects. We were able to make an extra HELOC payment in the amount of $1,000. So that was like something I was happy about. And we have a few more smaller extras down here, 125 to the HELOC, 124 to Chase. So you can see like we definitely sent extra to all of these as well for different reasons. Like I know I was able to send a little less to Amex this month because I had hit it hard last month. Chase was a little higher than usual because I think the annual came out. So the annual fee. So guys, we are trying to just slowly eat away, eat away, eat away at these balances. And I am starting to see the needle move again, which I am so happy about. I don't see the needle move as quickly as it used to because our interest rates are also high. So that is why the goal is to keep getting the HELOC balance back down so that we can do another balance transfer to the HELOC. Or, basically, we'll take money from the HELOC and pay off the next credit card. And that way, that'll be money that we can send an extra to the HELOC. So I hope that makes sense. I said that kind of confusing, but it's happening. It's just happening a lot slower. Okay, next up, the next category are the bills. Bills got 3661.83. That's the usual 2,900 for our rent. Our electric bill was higher this time. Let's see what else we spent money on. So we have rent. And when I say rent, that includes like all of our utilities as well, except for the electric bill. We kind of have like an all-inclusive, if you will, type scenario where everything is covered under that rent balance. So electric was higher. It's usually between 1 and 150. I noticed that the electric bill just continues to rise. They have these added fees. We did run the AC a little more this month. So, and I'm used to the weather kind of getting cooler in the evenings. We ordered some window screens so that we can hopefully try to sleep without AC one night and see how it goes because the temperature does drop this time of year at night. So I'm hoping to save some coinage. We also did end up paying for the house to be clean, $200. I was trying, y'all. I was trying, but I just got addicted to just that fresh, just clean when just having two people come in and clean your home for 4 hours. That is a level of, I love it. And then I can maintain that clean. We're just going for easy. I expect to be very busy in the coming weeks doing, my job. And so I don't want to have to worry about that. So that's pretty much how we're looking for regular bills. Let me know in the comments, do you guys use cleaning services or laundry services or personal assistance or anything like that? I feel like we get in our mind, like we think we have to make a certain amount of money to be able to afford those things. But I don't do it often, but house cleaning it keeps the peace in the house. Next up is spending. We were very spendy this month, a total of $3,626.85. Now, that won't be as accurately reflected on here because I know there's different categories, but we can kind of see what we spent money on. We spent $12.70 on food. So that when I say food, I mean food and household expenses. That also includes eating out. That includes anything. We threw a party this month, so I definitely spent extra for that. I wanted to make sure we had stuff like napkins, chopsticks, stuff like that. That's, not the usual expense. So I did remember that I raised my, excuse me, my budget from $1,000 a month to $1,250, I think. So I'd have to look back at that budget, but so I'm okay with the 1270. We did have to spend extra also on the rental property. So we usually pay the property manager every month, but we did have to pay for lawn care. And I think something was wrong with one of the doors. We had to get that repaired, and we had to buy some supplies for that to be fixed. So a total of $675.45 spent on the rental property this month. Again, y'all, it's good income, but it's like we made, if you look down here, we made RP, we made 1761.50. So a good chunk of that did get spent, but we're still in the green. Micah got his usual personal money. We sent 271 to the team account. That's kind of a sinking fund, but not really. Yeah, $200 to family, $200 in cash envelopes. So you can see that the spending was pretty, it was high for us. We usually don't have a lot of line items right here, but it is what it is. Like I said in my previous video, I did have a death in the family. She was pretty much my grandmother on my dad's side, and I am just like we kind of knew like she was, starting to get to the point of needing more help, all that type stuff, but it kind of just happened and it was like, okay, here we are. Like, so I am going to see my family next month. I can't wait. I was not able to fly out in person. It's kind of like that thing, like when you live out of state, it's like, do I go now or do I wait? It's that's always the conversation I'm having. So I'm so happy I have family who is so understanding and helps talk me through those conversations. Just, you only need to have those type of conversations with people who really, really are your A1s. And yeah, so I have that and I'm so grateful. And also I gave her her flowers while she was alive. Like I love my boo thing. I'm so happy for the time that we did have together. So anyway, that is spending. Next is sinking funds. Now, sinking funds, the only two categories were PTO and taxes. So we sent 213.56 to taxes, and we sent 375.53 to the PTO bank, y'all. So that is really good. That is how we afford to be off. In case my husband doesn't have a full paycheck, we will use that money to cover expenses, and it will go into our bills bank account so that we can pay ourselves while we are away. And that is how we afford to travel. Honestly, y'all, that is a major key. Okay, so the full breakdown is pretty much $7,098.99 to from Micah's income. I made $39.84.50 doing sister locks this month. I had $117.66 worth of orders this month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate every one of you. I tell you, when I was under the threshold, it was by so little, y'all. But we for sure will have a YouTube check next month. So that's all that matters. We did really good with our virtual assistant work. I brought in $2,117.66. The rental property, like we said, $1,761.50. And then just like a miscellaneous, like either a reimbursement or a credit, whatever, of $85.83. We had some Amazon returns that hit. So, y'all, that is my monthly budget. That is how we spent it. I like to look at the recap so you can really see how it looks overall. Sometimes the pages get kind of crowded with a lot of numbers, but here are the major keys. Here's our income. We sent $10,700 to bills and debt, basically $7,000 to debt. We spent $589. Well, we sent that amount to sinking funds. We saved $250, and we spent a lot of money on everything else. So like I said, it was just one of those months we had to cash flow a lot of things, but I'm really proud of our debt progress. I will have a HELOC update video coming soon. Let me make sure I write that down because sometimes, y'all, I forget to record the content. And in my head, I'll be like, I recorded it. Like, what in the world? So yeah, that's my reminder for that. And last but not least, here is how much we sent. So 46% pretty much went to debt payments, 24% went to regular bills. So that is how much it costs for us to, have shelter, have utilities, everything that we need, roof over our head type energy. So I like to really look at that number closely because sometimes the more money you make, the more you think you can spend on things like that. And so I'm proud that we're able to keep that number down so that we can continue to knock out debt. Food got 8% of our entire budget. I'm okay with that. And the rental property got almost 5% of our income for the month. Everything else was 2 to 3% or less. So I am happy with that. I love to look at this breakdown. It keeps me focused. It keeps me excited about budgeting. And so, like I said, this is a spending tracker app in the Apple Store. If you want to check it out, it's free 99 in case you're in the market for a new app. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Until then, peace, love, and budget.